I have a story for you today. A story about talking houses. No, it's true. I saw it happen. Not like Pixar talking houses. They didn't come alive, but there's science in this story. Though it's kind of funny, and it happened to me. So, stay tuned. Okay, when I first started college, I lived with my grandma. She lived not too far from campus in a community. It was very nice. Friendly neighbors, nicely trimmed lawns, a little bit of a commute, but I was able to make friends there. And I spent my first 2 semesters at college with grandma. Now, kids, as you will, freshmen, so 3 years ago. Let's just say sometimes we do stupid stuff as freshmen. I stayed up way too late. I don't know if it was midnight or later when I got home, but it was such time that I was embarrassed to wake up grandma. Bad news is, I was with my friends who had picked me up, and for some reason, I thought it relevant that I didn't need the keys because I wasn't driving. What I should have thought about is that my home key, the key to get into grandma's house, was also on my car keys. Of course, Ford was locked out. I realized that I had left my keys inside and that grandma was probably asleep. What I did have, though, was a passcode. So I sneak around to the garage door. Deep, 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 deep. Yes, I had the passcode to the garage door, so I could get through that barrier. I did so, and then I came to the next door that led to the laundry room, and I knew that grandma locks that door too. I knew that. However, I hoped that she had forgotten. So I slowly reach for the doorknob, hoping that the longer I wait, the more likely chance it'll be unlocked. It was locked. I was stuck in the garage, but not stuck outside. Again, I was sleepy, so the best idea that I could come up with was to sleep in the garage. But don't worry, I had a friend, Roy, my good old car Roy. Yep. So I pulled up the back seat, grabbed my coat, because I had that, not a pillow, but I had my coat, and I just curled up on the back seat with my coat and tried to get some Z's. Unfortunately, it was very hot. Very hot. I don't even know why I had my coat, but luckily I had it. Anyway, I woke up an hour later, and I was sweating. So I opened the car doors, opened my sunroof, opened the one window in the garage, trying to get some draft, some breeze. Tried to get some more sleep, but it was so hot and so uncomfortable. Don't sleep in the back seat of your car. I don't know why I didn't put the seats down. Might have been more comfortable. It's an SUV. It would have had more room that way. I was so tired, guys. I didn't sleep well. I woke up at like 5 o'clock. I was done sleeping. Done with that. No, I was awake, and the sun wasn't even up. But I was awake. I walk out of the garage. Cool. Locked out still. No biggie. I'll take a walk. The block of grandma's house is just kind of like not a cul-de-sac, but a circular block inside another block. I think I walked around that 15-20 times. Just get my good exercise. After a while, I settled down on the lawn, pulled up a nice seat on the grass, sat in the dirt. There was no chair. And I just relaxed. Listened to the birds, watched the tree. There was one tree in the yard. I sat under the tree. Tried not to get my back too dewy. It was a good time. Probably the quietest morning, the most calming morning I'd had in a while. So, I guess on the bright side, there was that for getting locked out of the house. Yeah. And then you know what happened next? Yeah, this is the good part. It turns out, when the sun comes up, houses talk to each other. They like yawn, they stretch. Like, oh, good morning, other house. Yeah, good morning, house. Just kidding. That's not what happened. But I noticed as the sun warmed the shingles of the house and they like expanded or settled, I don't know, the houses would creak and groan. And it wasn't just all at once. It was a house there, a house there. Eventually all the houses were creaking. But it was really cool to listen to. So that's when I discovered that houses could talk. And that you should not forget your keys anytime you leave the house. I don't know. Anyway, I was still locked out, but I had discovered that new thing. But I devised a plan. I knew that Grandma every morning comes out and gets the newspaper. So, I was going to act like I was getting home right when she came out to get the newspaper. I picked it up for her. I listened it through the door. I knew when she was coming. It's about the same time every morning. She starts opening the door, and I pretend to start opening the door. Oh, hey, Grandma. Fancy meeting you here in the doorway this morning. I just happened to be here. She did not fall for it. She's like, Ford, you didn't come home last night. I'm like, yeah, I did, Grandma. I came home. I slept in the garage because I couldn't get inside. I left my keys. She told me I should have woken her. With all due respect, I should have. Should have slept in a bed that night. But sleeping in the car and hearing the houses talking was worth it. Anyway, I learned that day to sometimes stop and listen. And that the morning sun is good for you. And don't forget your house keys. Anyway, that's my story. Hey, thanks for listening, guys. And remember to smile. Bam! This was my second take. My first take, the camera was not even rolling. Probably would have been good though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Share it if you did. Comment down below. I'd love to talk with you. And I'll see you guys next time.